Basic prepositions. En, a, de, con, sin, sobre. Beginner, A1, A2.
6 small words will let you connect almost anything in Spanish: where things are, where they're going, who they belong to, who you're with, what you're lacking, what something concerns. These 6 prepositions handle all of it. Master them, and you can build sentences that actually go somewhere instead of just naming things.
Let me show you each one and how it earns its place in your vocabulary.
En is your location word. It answers the question where, and it covers territory that English splits between in, on, and at. El café está en la mesa. The coffee is on the table. Mi hermano trabaja en una oficina. My brother works in an office. Estamos en la fiesta. We're at the party. English forces you to choose between 3 prepositions depending on the surface, containment, or general location. Spanish uses en for all 3.
This actually makes your job easier. You don't need to decide whether something is technically in a place or at a place or on a place. If it's located somewhere, en handles it. En la ciudad, in the city. En la playa, at the beach. En el piso, on the floor. 1 word, 3 English translations, 0 decision-making required from you. A indicates direction and destination. While en tells you where something is, a tells you where something is going. Voy a la tienda. I'm going to the store. Llegamos a la estación. We arrive at the station. Camino a mi casa. I walk to my house. Feel the motion in these sentences. There's movement toward a destination, and a marks that destination. A also appears after certain verbs when they connect to an infinitive. Empiezo a trabajar. I start to work. Aprendo a cocinar. I learn to cook. And importantly, a introduces human direct objects, something called the personal a. Veo a mi madre. I see my mother. Llamo a mi amigo. I call my friend. When the direct object is a person, a steps in before them. This might feel strange at first, but you'll encounter it so frequently that it will become automatic. De expresses origin, possession, and material. It's the word you reach for when something comes from somewhere, belongs to someone, or is made of something. Soy de Colombia. I'm from Colombia. El carro de mi padre, my father's car. Una mesa de madera, a wooden table, literally a table of wood. Notice how Spanish handles possession. English uses apostrophe s, my father's car. Spanish flips the order and uses de, el carro de mi padre, the car of my father. This pattern applies universally. La casa de María, Maria's house. El final de la historia, the end of the story. The thing possessed comes first, then de, then the possessor. De also shows up in countless fixed expressions. Cerca de means near. Lejos de means far from. Antes de means before. Después de means after. Menos de means less than. Más de means more than. When you learn these phrases, learn them with de already attached. They function as units. Con means with. It's delightfully straightforward. Café con leche, coffee with milk. Vivo con mi familia. I live with my family. Hablo con ella todos los días. I talk with her every day. Pan con queso, bread with cheese. Wherever English uses with to indicate accompaniment or inclusion, Spanish uses con. There are two special forms to know. Con plus mi becomes conmigo, meaning with me. Con plus ti becomes contigo, meaning with you. These are single words, not two words pushed together. ¿Vienes conmigo? Are you coming with me? Quiero estar contigo. I want to be with you. Every other pronoun just follows con normally. Con él, with him. Con ella, with her. Con nosotros, with us. But first person and informal second person get their own fused forms.
Sin is the opposite of con. It means without. Café sin azúcar. Coffee without sugar. Estoy sin dinero. I'm without money. Salió sin su abrigo. He left without his coat. If con adds something to the picture, sin removes it. Una vida sin problemas. A life without problems. Una noche sin luna. A night without a moon.
Sin often pairs with infinitives to mean without doing something. Sin saber, without knowing. Sin pensar, without thinking. Lo hizo sin decir nada. He did it without saying anything. This construction lets you describe actions that didn't happen alongside actions that did.
Sobre means on, about, or over. It overlaps somewhat with en for physical position, but sobre emphasizes being on top of or above something. El libro está sobre la mesa. The book is on the table. This could also be en la mesa, but sobre makes the on top of relationship more explicit.
More commonly, you'll use sobre to mean about when discussing topics. Un libro sobre la historia de México, a book about the history of Mexico. Hablamos sobre el problema. We talked about the problem. No sé nada sobre eso. I don't know anything about that. When you're introducing the subject matter of a conversation, a book, a película, or a thought, sobre is your word. Now let me show you how these prepositions combine with the vocabulary you already have to create meaningful sentences.
Imagine describing your morning. Salgo de mi casa a las 8. I leave from my house at 8. Voy a la oficina en el metro. I go to the office on the metro. Trabajo con mis colegas sobre varios proyectos. I work with my colleagues on various projects. Tomo café sin leche. I drink coffee without milk. En la tarde, camino a un parque cerca de la oficina. In the afternoon, I walk to a park near the office.
6 prepositions, and suddenly you can narrate movement, location, possession, accompaniment, absence, and topics. You're not just naming nouns anymore, you're building relationships between ideas. Here's a useful pattern to notice. Many Spanish prepositions combine with articles in predictable ways. De plus el contracts to del. Vengo del mercado. I come from the market. A plus el contracts to al. Voy al banco. I go to the bank. These contractions only happen with el, the masculine singular article. De la, a la, de los, a las all stay as two words, but de el and a el always become del and al. These 6 prepositions will appear in nearly every Spanish conversation you have or hear. They're the connective tissue of the language, the small words that show how the bigger words relate to each other. A noun by itself just floats there. Add a preposition, and suddenly it has a role in the sentence. Pay attention to which preposition native speakers choose in contexts where English might use different words. Your instincts from English will sometimes mislead you. Pensar en means to think about, not pensar sobre. Soñar con means to dream about, not soñar de. These verb plus preposition combinations don't always translate directly, but the 6 core meanings I've shown you today will guide you correctly most of the time. When you're uncertain, ask yourself what relationship you're trying to express. Location where something exists? En. Direction toward a destination? A. Origin, possession, or material? De. Accompaniment? Con. Absence? Sin. Topic or surface? Sobre. The right preposition will follow from the relationship you need.